Hey Google, make the living room white.
There you go, changing the living room to white.
Evening, Dave. Jesus, fuck me. You fucking kidding? I'm alright, thank you very much. Hi, mate. My email is full of shit every day. Do you know that? I bet you 85% of my email is absolutely shit. And with that, fuck it. I don't, mate. No. No, I don't. I was going to get it on the VR. If that's the game, is that what you're talking about? Is it the one with the red people in the white background? Evening, mate. Evening, Prudy. Yeah, it's got really good scores. If I was going to buy it, I think you get... Isn't there two versions? I think you can buy it either separately or you can buy a pack with both. I'd buy both because it's supposed to be a very good game. Hi, Uli. Hey Google, turn the living room down to 40%.
Okay, setting the living room brightness to 40%.
Yeah, mate, I said on Twitter this morning, after last night, I was extremely disappointed with last night because we did a vote, and like over 50 people voted, went to play the game on Mixer, and I think we had 5-6 people in the room for over an hour, and I just thought, not worth it. Because I had to fuck about with having the iPad, because, I mean, I've said it before, on my TV, I can get the chat and no camera, but on the app outside of me, I get the fucking camera and no chat. Like, why can't they work that out? It was just a shame. Like I said, you do a vote where you see people what they want, and then 6 people turn up, and I'm like, that don't make sense. There won't be a Twitch update on Xbox, Prudy. There will not be one, mate. Microsoft are destroying that in their own little pretty way, and they have been doing for the last year since Mixer's kicked off. They will not update it. If I was Twitch, seriously, if I was Twitch, I would actually send Microsoft a message to say, look, can you update this thing? We've made an update. We can have an external camera, make it work properly like it used to, or we're pulling it. I'd do that. I'd say, fuck it, we're pulling it. I don't see the reason why it's there in its current form. And I'm more disappointed with Twitch themselves. Because surely they want that running. If you're plying your product somewhere, I mean, you look at it on here, and I'm not trying to be fanboys, I'm being realistic as a streamer, and I'm telling you how it is. And you can see it. If you're Twitch, this thing works fucking absolutely perfect. There's not a fault with this in any way, shape or form. Now, if I'm Twitch, why would I let that compete with Mixer for a start? But then why would I then not... It's not running right. They've got the Kinect. The thing is, the Kinect is the camera that comes up as default on it. It's a defunct fucking item. Microsoft have stopped supporting it. So how can that be fucking right for a start? So I just don't fucking get it. And as I say, I go back to Twitch. If I missed a Twitch in my Twitch towers, I'd be fucking saying, look, fix this or we're off. Fuck you, we don't need you. And I wouldn't fucking bother. And like I've said all along, make it work to have it on your system so streamers can make a decision. You see, and then we come to the other argument. I'll give you an example, and this is my argument down the fucking line. I would be on Xbox promoting Xbox to you guys, to the room, to the streamers, to Twitch, to show you what the Xbox X is like and be nice and really good. But you're making it not possible for me. You're fucking about, pissing about, and now I'm on the PS4. It just, the whole thing just does not make fucking sense to me in any way, shape or form. It just fucking doesn't. It is so backward, so fucked up and broken, and I just don't get it on every form. From Twitch's point of view and from Microsoft. Why don't you want it on your system? And if it's promoting your box, does it matter what fucking streaming system's on it? They could stick it on my free fucking cams if it worked. Do you know what I mean? It just fucking beggars belief to me. Make it work. I've got games I want to play on the Xbox and show my, listeners and stream viewers. But no, fuck it. Like even the 5 or 6 that was in the room for the hour last night watching LA Noire, and it was a really good fucking game. It looked beautiful. It plays. It looks fantastic. Even the fucking few people in there was having problems. Couldn't get the fucking audio or something. Some were getting music. Some wasn't. It were like, for fuck's sake. I would seriously, dearly love to speak to somebody high up at Microsoft and say to them, face to face, look, I'm a streamer, I'm a podcaster, I've just invested in your new machine, I want to show it to my fucking viewers. Somebody in your place, tell me why won't you fix Twitch? Tell me. I don't see the competitiveness that you're battling with. Because in the long run, you're stopping me promoting your device. Now, why wouldn't you want me to promote your device, whether it's on Mixer or on Twitch? It makes no fucking difference. Just baffles me. Baffles me. Good evening, Daz. Have you bought the new Skyforce $7.99 on Xbox? Probably same on PS4. Is that the shooter that I've been playing on here? Is that the shooter I was playing the other night, Daz? Because I get mixed up between Skyforce and there's another one called Skyforge, isn't there? I even started playing Skyforge at 2 o'clock the other morning thinking it was a fucking shooter, and I pressed it and thought, what the fuck's this? And it was some free-to-play bullshit. The thing about... Mate, I am pretty certain, Prudy, that Twitch have probably... I honestly can't see Twitch standing aside and let that happen without at least saying something. Can you make the external camera work? You've promoted it with a firmware that you now let an external camera work, and yet it only works... Get this, it only works with Mixer and Skype. Well, I wonder fucking why. I wonder who owns fucking Skype and Mixer. Let's have a wild stab in the dark, shall we? Do you know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure Twitch have been in touch and said, look, can we have the external camera work, please? So you say new one, it's not really answered the question, Daz. So it's the shooter with the up and down job, the plane shit. Why is it a new one? What's different about it? Is it not the same as we've got on here then? Anyone lucky enough to get the fucking stupid mistake that Argos made this morning? If I had a Connect, would there be any issues? Do you know what, Prudy? I don't know, mate. I don't know. That is an excellent question. But get this. All I'm saying is when you load Twitch up now, you can do a few bells and whistles to get it to work, but there's no camera. And I want a camera. You like camera, I like camera. It's just the way I want to do it. It says when you're setting up, Connect as the camera. There's no other way you can do it. All right, I might check it out then, Daz. Thanks for the heads up, mate. But the thing is, don't forget, if we now... And this is the other fuck up. If you got a Connect for this, which I would not buy. I would not buy a Connect for this. You'd have to tie me to a chair and call me fucking Mary before I bought one. But if I did get one, you need that adapter that Microsoft are no longer giving away free, by the way. Because that's another fuck up. As I've said many times, and I don't want to keep going on the same thing, the things that Microsoft do right now just baffle the fuck out of me. And I would love to actually work there in a capacity where I could tell them what I think they're making mistakes on. And I could write a fucking list as long as my arm. And the basic fixes. Like, just off the top of my head, there's people out there who's got your Connect who are still supporting it even though you've stopped. Give them the free adapter that they want. There's loads of people trying to find that free adapter. You want them to pay for it. Mistake, it's a piece of cabling. give the fucker for free. Number one, Twitch. Make Twitch work with a camera, an external camera. You've got the camera working on the other apps, your apps by the way, but let it work for every third party app who wants to use it, okay? Stop being dicks, make it work. Fix Twitch, give your streamers a choice. Bottom line, they're still streaming on our machine. They're not streaming on anybody else's machine, they're streaming on our machine. But right now, you're fucking up with it. Drives me mad. And it annoys me because it's just common sense things to me. It's not even difficult to work out. It's like, for fuck's sake, work it out. It's in front of you. It's not hard. But as the Connect question from you, Prudy, I would probably say, yeah, it might just well do that. It might just well fucking work. I just don't know. Yeah, it is. It's crazy, mate. And I just don't get it. Because there must be a guy there that's actually probably getting paid a fucking wage that I would probably do the job for half what he's getting. Whose job it is to, like, troubleshoot little niggly things like free cables and why isn't Twitch working and why isn't fucking Dolby Atmos working yet. You know what I mean? Them kind of things. Because to me, it just seems there's nobody doing the right... I'll tell you what it is, to me, on the outside. It's like nobody's asking the right questions. Do you know what I think? Do you know what I actually think? I actually think Microsoft, half the time, are too fucking busy patting each other on the back. Do you know what I mean? Oh, well done on the release of the Xbox X. It was a great ad campaign. Well done. That's what I think they're too busy with. I think the vast majority of streamers on the Xbox, mate, use Elgato. And I've said this all along, if I lived in a better, bigger place, I would have an Elgato set up all the time, and it would solve all my problems. It's as simple as that. I think you'll find the majority of streamers on Xbox, mate, will be going through Elgato. Simple as that. But I just think that Microsoft are too busy patting each other on the fucking back. Do you know what I say a lot of the time? And this is another little tiny gripe I've got. And again, it like, I don't know if you, I often ask myself, is it just me thinking this, or am I not thinking like everybody else? Like as an example, and this is a niggly little thing, right? Good evening, Timmy. You've just released a really fucking good console that's been really well received, bar a few niggles with faulty Scorpios, okay? And this is, I actually laugh at this. I piss myself at this. You have got a nice fucking really good console. Why couldn't you get your team to make just a small little new OS for this new Scorpio? And this is the joke of it all. It's not as if you make operating systems, is it? Do you know what I mean? Because a little tiny gripe with me, and it is a small one, but it's a niggly one. You switch the machine on, and I said this at the time, I said it the week before it came out. When you switched, if you'd have switched your S on Monday night, and switched your Xbox X on Tuesday night, you'd be staring at the same thing. But paid 450 quid for that privilege. I know you've paid for a lot more besides, but it's that initial boom, do you know what I mean? It's like boom. Yeah? Yeah, but the thing is, Daz, and I don't know about this, I'm on the fence with this, and I don't know if it's just me again, I don't know. And you'll probably give me your opinion. I think when the Pro was bought out in the way it was bought out, was clearly seen as an upgrade, okay? It wasn't clearly seen as this new brilliant machine. It was just an upgrade, and I think they let you know that. I don't know if it's just me, but I see the whole marketing, both before and now and after, of the X To me, they just feel like that's a brand new machine to me. That doesn't feel like an upgrade to me. I don't know why. It's just the way I'm thinking. It's to do with the way they've advertised it. It's the way that it's shown. It's the cost of the thing. Don't understand that logic. No, what it is, Sim, it's this, mate. I would have liked just to have seen a little shiny new front end. Anything, just tiny. To warrant it being this super fucking brilliant new machine that they've made. Don't know, it may be just me then, I don't know, but the thing is though, they make operating systems. They've been designing this fucking thing for 5 years. Are you telling me that they just couldn't do just a little fucking change? I don't know. It might be just me. So I apologise if it is, but I didn't want to switch it on and see the same shit fucking dashboard that I saw the night before. Do you want me to tell you, Vinyl? I'm going to tell you something, mate, shall I? Straight up. Now, I don't know how it's the way to switch it on and whatever, and I was just going to comment on that. Do you know what? I've only ever seen that startup twice, and both times I've not had fucking sound on. I have yet to see that startup with whatever noise and fucking bells and whistles that it does. I don't see it as an upgrade, mate. I really don't. I don't. I see it as... And I know that deep down it is, I suppose. It's an upgrade technologically wise. It's an upgrade. But I just see the way that they've marketed it. And all the talk prior to it just makes it feel like a brand new console. And I've got to say, Daz, and I'd ask the room, I don't know if they think the same, for all you people that's not got an X, if you was to buy one, would you see it as a brand new console? Or would it feel that you are paying for an upgrade? To me, I just felt that it was getting a new machine because of everything that came around it. The big marketing push. This has got this fastest console, fucking amazing shit ever. That to me doesn't scream it's an upgrade. The only time Microsoft really used the word upgrade was when they had to actually tell us that that's why it cost that much. Yeah, and I think, yeah, that's it, Prudy. That's the way I do it. The way I understand it, they made a machine to run current games at, quote, 4K. That's a good point, Vinyl. That's a good point. But they did market it as being the fastest, bestest ever. Upgrade to PS5 and Xbox 2 or brand new console. Listen, guys, I get where you're coming from. I understand you. I know, I do get that it is an upgrade. But I'm just saying, on the outside looking in, I think, and we're gamers, don't forget, right? Okay? Don't forget, we're gamers. We get all this. I think if you did a massive poll of people that are thinking of getting a one for Christmas that aren't big gamers, I think they'd see the Xbox X as a brand new machine. That might be just me. But I think if you took a national poll, I think the votes would come out, people see that as a new machine. I really do. I think it's because we're proper full-time gamers that understand the inside of everything that's going off. I think the very big market would see that, oh, Xbox have got a brand new console out. And I also think they'd probably think the same about the Pro, to be fair. But I'm just saying, as my personal views, as a gamer, I actually thought the way Microsoft marketed it and named and went with it for the last 2 years, don't forget, maybe longer, it felt like a new console. And to me, I think it does feel like a new console. I'm not going to lie. I think it feels... And I just go like this, you see. If they would have maybe just changed the front end a tiny bit and made it feel like the fucking whatever, I think it would warrant all the hype that they gave it. Do you know what I mean? I think... I'll tell you what, let me put this to you, and this is just probably just fucking being pedantic. And I'm talking about people, again, not like us, not like of... My girlfriend said to me if there were new consoles out. The thing is, right, look at it like this way, okay? I'll put this to you. What about, let's say, not a true gamer, but just a little gamer that's seen this hype and going to treat themselves for Christmas, okay? And they get this thing home and they put it on and they think, fucking hell, this is brilliant. It plays amazing. It looks 4K. Forza looks fucking stunning, as does la-di-da-di-da, and he's really chuffed with it. He goes to his cousin's house and sees little Timmy in his bedroom. Oh, I've got my Xbox, Uncle John. Oh, I've just bought the latest one of them. Aren't they good? Yeah, do you want to come and have a game? He goes upstairs, switches the fucker on, and sees exactly the same shit on little Timmy's fucking screen than he's just paid 450 quid for. Do you think he'd not sit there and think, well, what's that? Just saying. That's all I'm saying. I would have liked to seen a new little... Just a little bit of bells and whistles, to be fair. But having said that, like, I just go back to Microsoft. It's not as if they don't make operating systems, does it? You're not telling me they couldn't have done something in 5 fucking years. Really? I'd like to ask them the question, actually. I'd like to ask them a question. Who made the decision? Who made that decision? Who made that executive decision round the table? Because at one point they must have discussed it, obviously, when they was all doing this shit and let's go with a new console or whatever. The guys in charge would have said, right, what we're doing with the operating system. I would have liked to ask them what's the thinking behind it. When it was, I'm sure somebody said, well, we could do a bit of an upgrade or a bit of a thing just for the new machine, and then somebody else said, well, we could stick with the old one because it's just going to run a little bit better. And then I'd like to say, right, why have you made that decision? I think it'd be very interesting, an interesting chat. And that's another good point, Vinyl. And that's something a lot of people didn't realise, by the way, early doors. Do you know that? And I'm going to tell you now, and I was one of them, because I only found out like 2 days later when I was fucking about with settings and shit. So, you're right, even with this fantastic fucking machine, that front end is still 1080p. Couldn't they make it 4K? I mean, I don't think it makes a vast fucking bit of difference anyway, so think... And did you see the tweet I posted today? I think it's a bit of old news. I think it's quite about a week old news. PUBG, the guy who's making PUBG, the big guy, had to put a tweet out the other day to say that PUBG, when it's released on the 12th, is locked at 30 frames per second, and people have lost their fucking minds. Not that it fucking bothers me either way, but you can imagine the post was amazing. Do you know when you see a post on Twitter and you see it's got a lot of retweets, it's got a lot of likes, and it's about a subject that's pretty controversial, and I just read it. Guys, to clear a few things up, PUBG, when it's released on the X, will run at 30 frames per second. Whilst we strive to go for 60, currently right now, we're not available. Or very words close to that effect. Soon as I saw that, I thought, oh, interesting. You see, it doesn't bother me. You see, I can see people looking at that and going, fucking hell! But I just knew that in that thread was going to be a shitstorm. And it was. And I even said this to myself. Do you know when you look at that and you say, I know what kind of shitstorm this is going to be? And it was exactly what I knew it was. I'll tell you how it started. The polite ones, and you could literally write it. The polite ones, oh, that's a shame. Was expecting 60, but hey ho, I'm okay with that. Then it continued. Yeah, it's fine. Then you got a PC person jump in, and you know where they're going to go. Well, that's a bit fucking shit. Why not come and play it on the PC at 60? So then you get the fuckwits to argue with him, all the fanboys. Then you get the big fanboys at the bottom. Well, this so-called fucking super machine you've made ain't worth shit then, is it? And I just sat there and just read it. It's like you get a biscuit in a coffee, and it's like a fucking soap. No, some people in that thread actually said, Daz, do you think you could make the 60 frames per second on PC run as pretty well as well? It's like a fucking soap opera. Oh, did he tweet previously that it was going to run at 60? Fuck me. This is £3 odd on sale in the PlayStation Store. Don't even mention. Oh, this Wolfenstein New Order. There you go, guys. If you want to go and get New Order on the PlayStation, it's £3. Thank you, Dirtbox. Nice shout, mate. If you didn't hear the news this morning, Ricky was the first one to fucking post me, and I was on it like Flynn. Argos made a clusterfuck this morning. They had Xenoblade 2 at $29.99. Ricky sent me the fucking thing, and I was flying on it because I wasn't going to buy it, and I still haven't bought it. Went on it, clicked it, there it was, $29.99, and in the fucking window it said 100 people are now looking at this, and I thought, I bet you are. So I went, basket, go to basket, the next window is either go to store, delivered, and then it tells you below it, is it in stock or not? Boom, both were out of stock. But it didn't help, I found out later it was posted on hot deals as well. So there you go. Yeah, so I don't know what they've done. If it's still showing at $29.99 then, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. But there's none, you can't get one anywhere. I even tried changing my postcode. Like just a little bit further afield, but didn't work. I had a bit of an accident today, and fuck, did it hurt. You might have caught my Twitter pictures, and I wish I'd actually took a picture when it first happened. I was very lucky, actually. Learned a very hard lesson today. Yeah, but it's completely different, mate. I had an argument with Ricky on this. Xenoblade 2 is completely, and Xenoblade on the Wii U is completely different to the 3DS version, because Ricky said exactly the same on the Rambler. Oh, I didn't fancy it on the 3DS. It wasn't that... No, let's not be daft. Xenoblade 2 on the Switch is fucking awesome. Top AAA game, believe me. I've not bought it yet because I'm not chucking that kind of money at it yet because I'm not sure if I'd get deep into it. So anyway, my accident. My snazzy Les Paul ukulele. Decided to restring it today because I bought some nice red strings. I thought it'd go with the black sunburst effect, and it does. It looks nice. So I'm restringing my uke on my table, got all the laid out strings in the correct order, loosens them off. You're just supposed to do them one at a time. I know all the tricks of the trade. I've restrung three or four. Got the fucker laid down, got my strings out, went, and you're supposed to do one at a time, because if you didn't know this, bit of an upgrade, not that anybody of you care, if you undo all the strings all at once, it could loosen the stock end of the fucking ukulele or guitar that you're doing. If ever you get to restring a guitar or anything, only do one at a time. And yet you watch a lot of YouTubers that say, here's how to restring a fucking what's it. And they just literally loosen them, get some wire cutters and go plink, plink, plink and just undo the lot. And it's like, no, don't do that, because you're loosening your fucking stock. You could loose the bridge and it can change the whole fucking thing of the machine. One at a time. So twatty, off we pop. Not done it for a while. I think I restrung one last year. Sat on here, got the first string, undid it, unlooped it, pulled it off. Gets my first string, knots it, down the proper end, pull it over, turn it round, go through on the, always go on the inside of the screw, so you go on the inside of the screw, and I'm wallering like this. Silly fucker, completely brain dead. Didn't think 1 minute. I'm going like that, and it's loose at this end because I'm tightening it like fuck, and I'm going like that. What I completely forgot to do, when you're first tightening your string up on your bridge end, you put it at your stock end, you put it through, wrap it round, put it through again, and then you slowly turn it, and you're supposed to keep it in a neat spiral, okay? Got all that right, concentrated on that, then started to tighten it up. Cardinal sin that I completely fucking forgot to do. You're supposed to get this hand and put it under your string that you're tightening. Now, you're supposed to put it under so you realise when the tension tightens, because the weird anomaly is you don't think you're tightening it enough at this end because there's quite a lot of slack, and yet this is getting tight. Now, by having your fingers underneath, you get a judge on when it's tight enough to then knot off and clip off. Because it was the first one I'd done in a while, twatty, completely forgot about this hand, went like that and it went ping, thing snapped, lashed right across this hand, across there. Cut me on bottom of my finger, and I've got a line now across the bottom of my hand, and I'm not joking. Fucking hell did it hurt. And it literally, like I'd been whipped, and there is a massive mark across my finger, and it cut it as well. Very fucking lucky. Because they can cause a lot of damage. And I just didn't realise at all, but it's restrung down, it sounds. But the thing when you restring a uke, you've got to keep retuning it. In fact, if I got it out of the bag now, I bet it'd be out of tune, and I did it this afternoon. But you can tell the difference already. Because I bought the best strings you can buy for it. And even the best strings only cost £5. It's a real weird thing. But it looks gorgeous. It's got red strings on it. It looks lovely. And I did show it you all last night, so I told you I was getting it. And I won't show it again. Nobody's interested. But it's beautiful. Really chuffed with it. It's not going on the wall. It's staying down here. But it's really nice. We'll play some of this in a minute, guys. I will get to playing some gamings on here. But it really fucking hurt, by the way. You know that thing when you do some... Oh. Bad day today. In fact, touch wood, I'm expecting a third. Anybody who doesn't follow me on Twitter, just, you know, one of them days when things just, like, fuck off day. Now, some of you may not know, I've got a regime, probably like most guys or most of you that get up in the morning. So I get up in the morning, walk in the kitchen, switch my coffee machine on, back out, wash my beard, do my hair, shit like that, back out, in the kitchen, finish my coffee, get my water for my medication, put it on my table at the side of me here, get the milk, go and froth my milk for my coffee, make the coffee, walk back in here to take my milk, because my fridge is in this room, by the way, at the side, because that's my flat, is so small. So as I'm walking back to the fucking fridge with my milk, don't ask me how, I knocked my fucking full glass of water with the milk. And I don't mean tip. You know a tip? A tip's fine, because water just goes in a puddle and you're going to wipe the fucker up, but you'll manage. Wasn't a tip. It was because I was walking, it was a whack. It went fucking everywhere. All over my medication. Luckily, my phone was on charge, but it wouldn't have mattered, because it's a Galaxy. I'll show you the guitar, mate. It's not a guitar, it's a ukulele, but it's a Les Paul ukulele. I'll show it you, being as you've asked. And I'm glad you've asked, because it's my nice thing. It's not my guitar, it's my uke. And I've only been learning about 8 months a year, but here he is. Here's my Les Paul ukulele. Let me see if it is out of tune. If I've got it out, I might as well put it in tune. Then we'll play some Wolfenstein. So bear with. I'll tell you if it's out of tune just by a test. Way out of tune. So here we go. Because what happens, you have to tighten the strings, you see. You have to tighten them because they loosen, and then they'll get to a point in about a week where they think... It's electric as well, mate. It's electric. But it does play without it. Let me just tune it. Well, this is out of tune, look. See, that's gone nearly half a way out of tune. It's only been sat in the bag. That's gone a lot as well. Okay, you ready for the difference? Let me tell you now, mate, as I've discussed on here, because I love it, this was expensive, guys, I'm not going to lie. It's a Les Paul copy, and it's not cheap. But I was saying the other night, mate, if you're all really interested, And if you're only just starting, you can buy ukuleles at £10. I've got 3 ukuleles. I started at £10 because I'd only just started to learn. Got a bit better. Spent £20. Then wanted to treat myself. Got an electric. Cost me £40. And this is about double that. But this is like high-end shit. There's my ukulele playing for this evening. But it's beautiful, isn't it? Really is nice. And I have got a mini electric amp. It's got the Les Paul signature up here as well. I have got a mini electric amp, but I can't find it. I've lost it. God knows how in this godforsaken place. Yeah, just head on to if you're starting out on ukes, mate, don't go daft. A Mahala, you can get a Mahala, very well decent. But just if you buy one, also order a set of Aquila strings. Aquila strings in C. They're about £5 or £6. Best strings you can get for a uke, and they're really easy to change. They're not hard. But I love it. My little Les Paul Yuki. And it is nice. I might, when I find the electric bloody amp, which I'm going to look for tomorrow, I might try it myself and show you what it sounds like, because I'm interested. But yeah, I love it. And I've not done bad for about 8 months learning, if I may say so. But now I can go to the next level now, because I'm just practice. I've stopped practicing a lot, to be honest. But I enjoy it. It's lovely. It's a great, and they're great to play. Anybody can learn to play it. It's got 4 strings. Seriously, I couldn't play a fucking note ever. And you've just seen me on there. Now I'll give you this. When you learn a uke, they start out simple. There's 4 strings for a start. I bet all you men out there wanted to fucking turn into rock gods like me. Have had many guitars through your life, because I have. Pick a guitar up, they're big, clunky, fucking heavy, and thought, no, 6 strings, they hurt your fingers, fuck that, I've had enough. You then get an acoustic. Let's try an acoustic. Same thing, 6 strings, fucks with the head, too complicated, too quickly. Sees the ukulele, sees all this phenomenon, I'm thinking, shall I? Fuck it. Gets it, 4 strings straight away, we'll have a bit of that. And everything I've learnt is completely 100% YouTube. YouTube is fantastic for learning the uke, from picking the... They even teach you to pick the fucking thing up. The first thing you'll struggle with is the strumming patterns, because strumming patterns make the songs. The 4 strings, them chords you just heard me learn, I've learnt 4 basic chords that I can do with my eyes shut. And that's them 4 basic note changes you heard. The first thing you'll struggle with is strumming patterns, because there's basic... Every time they learn you a song, because that's the next stage. Where I'm at now, the next stage is to put that into practice. Oh, it's mega. They're amazing. I know they are. I'd love to see them, actually. They're brilliant. They're fucking brilliant. If you go on YouTube, right, and there's a couple of guys that are well known to be like, as in any walk of life, the best ukulele players in the world. Try and find a guy, and he's got a bit of a dark beard, and I can't remember his name. Just search for the best ukulele player, and he plays Michael Jackson's song on a ukulele. But what he does will truly fucking blow you away. It's astounding. So just back to learning. The strumming patterns, you'll always hear this thing. They're always discussed as in down, up, 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 down, or up, down, 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 up. It's all that. That's what you've got to get your brain on. So when you first learn that, you won't even bother with this. It'll be down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down. So you're training your brain to just get that pattern like you've said. Then they'll start you with the basic C is just 1 finger on the bottom fret, press gently. And then you do it again. Down, down, up, up, down. Down, down, up, up, down. And that's it. And then they basically tell you when they're teaching you take each one. Then you'll learn a G, then you'll learn an A, then you'll learn an F. And then, you see, I'm not going to lie, the G is where you're using 3 fingers. It's one of them chords that everything else has 1 finger, 1 fret, 1 finger, 1 fret, 1 finger, 2 frets, and then you get to the G that's like, fuck, it's that next step, because you need your first and second fingers on 1 and 3, and your third fingers on the next one. So you're using all 3. Now, them 4 chords I've just told you, that took me probably 2 months to learn, okay? Them 4 chords, you can play over 200 songs on a ukulele. Just by altering the chord, whichever order, and the strumming pattern. So the first thing you want to do is what I did for 6 months, is completely learn them 4 chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 4th one, the G, is the one that you need. And it's always, when you're learning things like this, there's a point where you get frustrated. Because you can see yourself learning, which I have. I've gone from nothing to chording. And then you go to yourself, right, I want to try and learn a song now, because I want to play a song and play a whole song. So you take the next step. And there's a couple of great ukulele teachers on the thing that I use on YouTube. And you'll see a song that he'll say, learn to play whatever. You'll think, yeah, fuck it, I like that. And he'll come on and he'll start off, he'll say, right, make sure your ukulele's in tune. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, we're away. The chords needed for this song are C, G, A and F. Okay? And I'm thinking, I know them. But the big one is when the G comes into play, because it's using all 3 fingers. And it's not that, it's the transition from an easy chord to then change to that G chord, but continue in that nice flowy movement. And when you try and learn that, that's when I get frustrated, and a lot of other people do. But it's learning the point of them 4 chords. It's once I knew them, used to sit on every night for about an hour and just go ding 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 ding, and that was it. Because when you first learn, you'll be going like S and O, you'll be going duh, and you'll be looking. When you get to that glorious moment, and even I got that feeling of that glorious moment when I'm looking at the screen and I'm going dun dun dun, and I'm doing it. That's your first feeling of, I'm getting this. So I actually absolutely recommend all of you this Christmas, for a shitty great little gift, get yourself a 10-15 quid ukulele, and it's fucking great fun. Seriously, you will not look back. My brother, because he got into it at the same time as me, but I think he's given up now. He went to Hawaii on holiday 2 years ago, right? Do you know how much he spent on a ukulele? Now, bearing in mind, that's where they are made, traditionally started. That's like the fucking mecca for ukuleles. He bought one off the store that's this famous ukulele store on a beach in Hawaii, and paid 200 quid for it. And I've been meaning that when I go to his house, since I've got half decent, I've not had a play with it, and I want to have a play with it, and I keep forgetting. Even went last week and forgot. So yeah, he spent 200 quid on a ukulele. But it's same as anything, isn't it, in life like that? When we all know you can spend thousands on guitars and shit. And there is even more expensive ukuleles. You can go to like £1,000. But fuck, I enjoy it. It's a great little relaxation when I don't feel like doing anything, you know what I mean? And it's just sat there, and there's many a time sat here like fucking really bored and depressed, and then just look at my uke and think, you know what? I'll have an hour on that. And you pick it up, and it's just great. Even if you're not fucking making a song or anything, it's just, let's practice them chords again and shit like that, and that's all it is. It's good fun. It's great. No problem, mate. I enjoyed talking about it. It's good fun. Listen, if I can pick it up from a dumb fuck from nowhere that has never played an instrument in their life and make it sound half decent, anybody can. And it's that golden nugget that all things like that say to you. Practice, practice, practice. Learn the strumming patterns. And I make mistakes still now. I'll go and look at a song and I'll like play the first quarter of the song, and he'll suddenly jump to fucking G and make a strumming pattern change, and it's like, oh fuck. But it's just, And as soon as I do learn to play a full song, I will show you guys on here. Don't make no fucking bones about that. Yeah, mate, get one. You don't have to spend big bucks on Amazon right now. Look for a Mahala. 15, 20 quid, mate. It's nothing, honestly. And just get some Aquia strings, like I said, a fiver. Chuck them in. And if you've not got one, but if you are a guitar player, I'm guessing you have, make sure you've got a guitar tuner. Last time I looked, Lid, they were winning 1-0. Because when you get a new uke, and this is like exactly what I'm saying is, your strings stretch, because they're made of Nile gut, they're called. A cross between nylon and gut. It's like the best strings there are today, because all the do-gooders stopped the cat gut shit, didn't they, years ago. But it's a kind of special fucking thing they've done called Nile gut. And what they do when you first get them, like I've loaded them now, as I'm tightening it, it'll hold the G. But you heard me just say, oh, that second string's like half a metre out, because they're stretching. So when you first put them on, they just need stretching. And they actually do recommend that when you first lie them, you're supposed to get your fingers under them and actually physically stretch like that, because you like stretching. And then just keep, every time you pick it up, tune it G-E-C-A, that's it, G-E-C-A from the top, and they do it backwards on a uke. Bottom string's classed as number 1. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, closest to you. G-E-C-A. And that's it. And as you, what'll happen with that ukulele in about a week's time, it will get to a point where it will, and this is where you can always tell when you've got good strings and a good guitar. If you buy a really cheap one, you'll be tuning it every time you pick it up, which is not a bad thing. It takes you 2 seconds to tune it if you've got a... They do them clip-on tuners that I've got, £3 on Amazon. Just get one of them. Clip-on tuners, they're called. They do it, and they're good for guitars, ukuleles, and acoustic. Mine does... It goes, you press the button, it says ukulele, acoustic, guitar. So any musical instrument you've got, you can tune it with that. It costs £3 or £4. And you just clip it on the stock end, switch it on, and just go and that's it. Piece of piss. But the good ukes with the good strings will get to a point where they will hold it. I'm not saying they'll hold it forever, but when you do come to tune it, it will have like just moved a knacker. Like your meter's in the middle. Like then, that second, that G, the middle's green, it lights up green. When you strum, you know, on the first one I did on G, it was about there, so it had slightly slackened. So then I moved it back, and then we're good to go. Now, the second string E, bearing in mind it was in tune when I left it this afternoon, the E was like there. So that had slackened off a lot. So then I tightened it up again, make it green, move to the next one, and so on and so forth. But the more times you do it, it'll set with the good ukuleles. I had a really good ukulele up there. If you're looking to spend a few more, the one I got called a Kisme on Amazon. If you look on Amazon, Kisme, £46. It's electric acoustic. Sounds beautiful. The reason I treated myself to that this week is because I knocked it off the wall and broke the fucking case on the end. Like an idiot. I walked by it because I have them on the wall. I knocked it, dropped on the floor, picked it up, and right round the fucking base, it's cracked and split. Still sounds good, by the way. Right, should we play some of this game? Because you'll all be bored of me soon. I'm surprised none of you's mentioned the fucking World Cup draw yet. I want to mention some sport before we go any further. What about the fucking big lad back? How can nobody give that a mention? That cheered me up no end watching him this afternoon. And surely you know what I'm talking about. Surely you do. It is fantastic to see. And it's just made my fucking day. Cheered me up no end today watching that. And do you know what I'm talking about? Not the World Cup draw. Don't give a shit about that. But there's only one sporting thing you should be talking about today, and it's not the fucking World Cup draw, boys. It's Tiger Woods back and leading. Or he was leading with about 3 holes to go, but it's only the second day, but fuck. And the best part about it is playing against all the fucking best players in the world, because this tournament, it's called the Tournament of Champions, and it's 18 of the best players And Tiger got an invite because it's his tournament. He's the sponsor. But he's fucking leading it. Or he was. And I don't give a shit what anybody says. Nobody... Well, I did. I won't lie. And I even cracked a joke on fucking Friday. It's brilliant to see. And not only is it brilliant to see, but he's playing like he fucking never went away. It's good to see. Good for golf. And I'm chuffed. Can't wait to see it carry on. Tyson Fury. He's playing brilliant. He is, honest. It's great. However, I would argue the World Cup draw is probably going to make more headlines. No way. Let me tell you now. Tiger Woods wins this tournament on Sunday. The World Cup will be fucking forgotten. Believe me. Tiger wins that on Sunday. The fucking internet will explode. You want to watch the Twitter sphere at the minute. The world and his dog is talking. There's every film star, Hollywood star, sports star, everywhere talking about it. You can't help not, but, I mean, nobody expected it. But it's not the way that he's in the lead or was close by. He's close to the leaderboard. But it's the way he's doing it. Every fairway is like in the fucking middle. Rooney. Quick mention of the World Cup then before we get into this. Because people have already asked me privately. I think we'll finish second in the league. I do think we won't go much further after that, just as normal. He's done. Have you been watching it, Datebox? You have been watching the tournament he's in today, haven't you? Just to throw that back at you. It's the 18 players that's won this year. So hang 5, it's got the British Open. Don't please count Sergio in it either. Because Sergio's win at Augusta was a one-off. He'll never win another big tournament in his fucking life. It was just one of them things. Tiger Woods is in a field today with the top players in the world today. Yeah? And he's leading the fucker. Or he was about 45 minutes ago. And it's not the fact that he's leading, it's the fact of how he's playing. And that's the biggest important thing. Because you wouldn't expect him to. You wouldn't expect him to have the touch round the greens or the chipping. He's driving down the middle. I've watched him for an hour earlier and you could have... The grains in the grass, it was bang in the middle. It won't, mate, and I'll tell you why. And this is the biggest thing, surgery, and I'm not going to get into technical thing. I'll tell you why it's different this time. The back surgery he's had previously, the 3 previous, was trying to fix the muscle problem around the spine. Okay? Yeah? The reason it's better now and how he's playing now completely vindicates what the surgeon and what he's said. What they finally took the decision to do is fuse the bone together. Basically like break... Everybody knows, or you should know this, it's pretty common biology. If you break a bone in your body, it's actually, when it's repaired, that part that's repaired is stronger than any other part of a bone in your body. It's the way the body mechanics work. They've now actually fused the 2 bones together that was the problem. So the surgeon has said it would be virtually impossible to snap that. So that's why he's now able to swing at full speed, pain-free, because the surgery fixed his pain, but not only fixed the pain, they fixed the problem. And you can see him swing now, and it's fucking woof. Some are saying that's what they should have done first, you see. You know, when he all started having the back problems, they fucked about with muscles and tears and shit like that. Mate, listen, I can tell you now from experience, he is going to suffer pain later in life. But what would you do in his shoes? Because I know what I'd do. And I do agree with you there, Prudy. An average age for a fuse is 58. Tiger's not a normal... He's one of the fittest men on the planet. But and some say that that's what caused his problem, by the way, if you don't realise. Some have argued that the problem was caused by his over-physical work in the gym. He went stupid. Tiger made a lot of mistakes. Changed his swing when he'd won 14 majors. Who the fuck does that? Like, hello? You've won 14 majors. You're the greatest golfer on the planet. So what shall we do? Let's think. I know. We'll totally change what I've been doing. What? He went through too many coaches, then jumped on this physical bandwagon because he got worried that the younger guys were way fitter than him. And he went too far, because we all know that you can get addicted to going to the gym. Tiger's admitted that he did. You want to see him, I know, and that's the point. And he's already said he's not going down that route anymore, because that's part of his problem. If you see him without his shirt on, in fact, you wouldn't believe what he looks like. Because you'd see him as a 40-year-old guy now, pretty stocky, pretty, a middle-aged man. He's like a fucking bodybuilder, because that's what he did, and that's what fucked his body up. He needs to back off. And there you go. Yeah, but it's a different age there. You got to... and listen, and I'll argue with anybody until the fucking cars come home. Tiger Woods, the greatest golfer that ever lived. Period. And probably still is to this day. He's still playing, so you've got to give him that due. You've only got to look at his records. They'll never be beaten. Ever. In this modern age of golf. And when you actually look at his statistics, they are totally... they're not even fucking like... it's not even, oh, he's brilliant and the next guy's nearly at... he is fucking miles ahead. I saw a statistic the other day, and it's a bit complicated, but it was something like adding his scores up over his professional careers to par. And I'm going to just throw some numbers that's kind of bit, probably not if you're not into it, but what it adds up to is Tiger Woods in professional top golf tournaments is something like 380 under par. The second last next man is 285 shots worse off. Now you've got to just think about that for a minute. That's not over a tournament, not over a fucking couple of... it's over a career. He's 285 shots better than the entire rest of the field. And in any top sport, you'd be talking like, in realistic terms, you'd be talking like 5 or 10. Like in the top goal scorers in football, the best one's like ahead, the next one would be like 5. And that's the kind of equivalent. And I'll also throw into the bag, golf is one of the fucking hardest sports in the world to play anyway. It's a phenomenon. Love the guy, and I'm not, you know what it is. Quickly then, World Cup. How do you guys think we'll do? I'll just say one thing. I didn't really take much notice of the World Cup, because I've got to be honest, I'm not excited about it yet. I'll get excited at the end of May. But I'm going to say this, because Twitter was alive with it and going fucking crazy mad, right? The equipment is better. No, it's not, Prudy. I can argue there at the minute, because I watch a golf vlog, as you know, my favourite golf vlog. There's an actual argument at the minute. Not an argument, a discussion, because the big talk in golf at the minute... no problem, mate. Thank you for joining. If you want to subscribe and shit, feel free. I stream every night, podcast at the weekend. That's a good argument, though, Prude, you've brought up there. But currently, the big argument is golf. Jumping on the bandwagon, say, look, the equipment's making it hit the ball too far. It's bullshit. Every night from about 8 o'clock, mate. And I have a podcast. Go to crankygamersuk.net. We have a podcast on there, mate. 2 podcasts a week. 2 other guys do it on Sunday. Me and the other guy, my mate, do it on midweek. One's a bit more adult. The one at the weekend's no language. The one in the midweek is me and my mate going mental. So feel free to do it, mate. Join in. So just back to this golf argument. There's a big argument at the minute. They want to slow the ball down, or they want to make the clubs... and what people don't realise, and don't mean this nastily, Prudy, but like for somebody who's not deep into the sport, they actually bring up, right, get this, I want to bring it to you. The average driving in the last 50 years has only increased by about 12 yards. Now, the bottom argument is, now the USPGA are arguing the ball's going too far, or the clubs are hitting them too far, right? Statistics, which I am a massive believer in sport of statistics. You always hear my argument about football. When you play 40 games a season, you finish where you deserve to finish. Statistics don't lie, okay? In golf, all these fuckers that are arguing, they're hitting it too far, it's making it boring, they need to lengthen the courses. Bullshit. Go and get statistics from golf in the 50s to golf today, and look at the scores that won the British Open and won the US Open and won all the big tournaments. And I'm talking about the final scores on the statistic board. Now get this, if all that today, and it's kind of quite, it's what the TV build it up as. Oh, he's banged that 300 fucking yards. Yeah, because he's a strong young man now. It's the club, it's the ball. Bullshit. I'll tell you now, from 1950 to today, the discrepancy between scores that win the Open, the US Open, Augusta, and the other one, USPGA, which are the 4 majors, is literally nothing. Nothing. Now, if the argument was the ball makes it go further or the fucking clubs make it go further, you would see a massive discrepancy from the winning scores in the 50s and 60s and 70s to now. And you don't. And that is end of argument for me. End of argument. If the scores today was like 10, 20 shots better than the 50s, something ain't right. It's not. Go and check it. Stops the argument for me. And I'll argue this point. I love DJ as well. One of my favourite players ever. I could watch him all day. People want to jump on DJ's back and say it's not fair, he's hitting it 340 yard. Well, I'm sorry, but he's doing that because that's his skill. DJ has got a very funny anomaly if you watch him swing. And if you watch a bit of golf or whatever, I want you to watch DJ. He does something that no other golfer can do, and it freaks me out. I used to play golf in my early 20s. Freaks me out. When he swings back at his full swing, you know, when they swing it right back and they stop the video, I want you to watch his left arm. Your left arm on the club, and you rotate your shoulder. His left arm stays completely vertically straight right to the top of the backswing. No other golfer can do it. Watch it. Next time you've got golf on telly and they're analysing swings, watch DJ's left arm. It is freakish, it's fucking not normal, and no other golfer can do it. Now what that means, you've got to think. A golf swing is all about power. You're basically loading like a bow. You're basically loading the gun to then let it go. Now you bend your arm at the top, which 99% of golfers do, you are losing a bit of that load. Okay? DJ's arm, I laugh every time I watch it, I love it. He goes back and his fucking arm is vertical at the back point, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? You can't do that. And because it stays straight, he unloads at full power. That's why DJ drives at 350 yards and the others fuckers are driving at 290, 300. It's mechanics. So should we punish DJ? No. He won a tournament about 6 months ago, right, in a playoff. On the playoff hole was an 18 dog leg, which means it went straight down there, 90-degree turn, up the hill to the green, okay? But here was a big lake. Now, to drive over that lake was round about 320 yards. Now, DJ at his pump would get across there every time. In regulation play, coming up to the last hole, he needed to par it to end up in a playoff. So he played it safe. He played down the straight, chipped it to before the green, chipped on, and got a par and got in the playoff. Now, people lost the fucking shit. Because what he did, 20 minutes later when they started the playoff, they went back to the 18th hole, the same dogleg. Now the guy who was playing in the playoff, his maximum driving distance was 280 yards. He has no physical way of getting across that pond. Okay, so he played his drive as normal. DJ, the wind changed a little bit to help him. So DJ tees up and thinks, fuck it. I ain't going down there, I'm opening my shoulders and we're going across the fucking lake. And he literally fucking lamped it 330 something yards, finished 80 yards from the fucking green, chipped to win 3 foot, putted, won the tournament. The people, these do-gooders about the ball goes too far, lost their shit. And said, that's not fair. He's just won that tournament because he can drive over the lake. And I was like thinking, wait a minute, so you're punishing the guy for being good at what he does then? Total bullshit. Drove me insane. Went on Twitter, lost my mind. Anyway, let's get back to this. Yeah, football. I think we'll get through the next round and that'll be it. But I was just finishing and I have done talking. It is, and that's it, mate. You should never punish somebody for skill. But it was a full-blown argument. They lost the shit. Just one thing about the football. I wasn't that interested in watching the pomp and bollocks beforehand. Twitter was full of it. I was on Twitter this afternoon. It was fucking betting apps and tweets and football shit. It was everywhere. And I thought, Jesus Christ, I like my football, but give us a rest. When I saw the draw... Sorry, before I saw the draw... They showed the entire map of all the groups and the teams. Now, is this just me? I don't know, again. I looked at the teams and the groups before the draw, just everybody that's going to the World Cup, and I thought, does that not look an extremely poor World Cup to you? I don't know what it was, but I'm like going down the lists, and I'm going down pot 1 and pot 2 and then 3, 4, 5... And when you look at the face pot, obviously, it's the cream of the crop. But, like, after that, I'm like, And then I'm like, ugh. And then I'm like, Jesus. And then you think, fucking... And I, like, sat there and thought, this looks a really shit World Cup. And I don't know why I felt that, but I just did. This time, looking at the actual teams that have got there. And, hey, you get there on merit. I've just said it. Statistics don't lie. You get there because you earned it. But it just looks fucking shit to me, I've got to say. I'm not going to lie. And by the way, you know, if they don't allow video replays in this World Cup, they're shitbags. And they'll have bottled it. They need video replays in this World Cup. One, to show the world how good it is. That's it, mate. Italy and Holland, I think that's what stands out to me. But Holland's been shit for fucking two tournaments, haven't they? Used to be one of the best gifted fucking, supposedly, invent the fucking beautiful game that you'd have them say, wouldn't you? But what's happened to Holland just lately? It's crazy, isn't it? My tip to win the World Cup this time will be Belgium. No great surprise. When you look at the team, it's fucking unbelievable, to be fair. I'm going to go Belgium with outsiders France, but that's not including Germany. Just out of fuck off. But let me tell you now, none of us here, come July the fucking whatever, if Germany are going like this fucker, we'll just sit there and go, same shit, different tournament. And they are still good. And that, deep down, they're your favourites to me. No, I'm telling you, fuck me. Martinez being their boss rules them out. Listen, I'm gonna say something that you might disagree with. I never. It's an interesting talking point, actually. I've been watching football since I was 5 years old. It's a long time ago. I actually, as I've grown up adult-wise and been into football really heavily, I've got to admit this, and I don't know if you guys agree with it or not. Managers are important, but watching your statement there, Prudy, I actually think managers are not as important as you fucking think. I really do. And that might be a very surprising statement, but I really... You see, I'm a big believer, and I've argued this for many fucking years, because it happens daily. You know when a manager gets the sack? And some managers get the sack because they've been there a bit long and it's a bit stale, and we get that. But you know these fuckers that get kicked out or on their arse when they've like not won in 6 matches or the season started shit? The sackings that are normal today. I go mad at that. I lose my fucking mind at that, because I'll say this, right? A manager's job that he gets paid for is to spend 6 days a week or however many days a week on a training pitch doing his job and picking the best players that he's got that he thinks are the best team that he's got, okay? Once that team goes on that pitch, all responsibility ends for me. Ends. The manager's done his job. Now, unless a manager is totally fucking about and picking wrong players, which today very rarely happens, the buck stops on the fucking grass. So when a manager gets the sack, I hate it. Unnecessary sack, I mean. Because it's them twats on the pitch. And I'll make a big point to prove my point. The whole Leicester fiasco last year. We all heard there was a bit of player fucking moaning and bitching. I don't know why. You're never going to be privy to that information. It was mostly paper talk. But it kind of mattered. Because it ended up in Ranieri losing his fucking job. Now, I'm sorry. I've been watching football for 40 fucking years. And I don't think I have ever seen a decision like that in my entire life. That a manager that wins a 5,000 to 1 chance at a Premier League and gets the sack not even halfway through the next season, to me, is like nothing you've ever seen. Now, are they going to tell me that that's his fault? No, is it fuck? Because the irony of it all, when they got some other clown in to do the next job, who's incidentally been sacked since then, the players start playing well. And they start winning a few games. So are you going to tell me this? Something miraculous happened? No, I ain't buying it. I do agree that Martinez is not a big box office manager. I agree. But he's no twat. And he's got Thierry Henry as a fucking tactical coach as well. And again, no idiot. You will then go to my theory. Look at the Belgian players. You look at that team and it should scare the fucking shit. They do, Steb, and that's the point I'm making. The manager does his job, which is picking the best side. He can't play for it. The manager's paid to pick a team. He does it to the best of his ability. I just really don't like the way, and Leicester is a prime example, that poor fucking Ranieri got the boot. These pricks was having a Mardy. 2 weeks later, they go out and win the next game, and then they start winning again. Well, hang on a minute. Why? And nobody's going to make me believe that that new bloke who come in, and I forget his name, he is now, by the way, second-hand man to fucking Sam Allardyce, isn't he? You're not telling me that he's suddenly and miraculously been the best manager in the world and made Leicester start fucking winning again? No way. Of course he hasn't. The players won it. The players won it. They played shit weeks before because they was having a hard arse. They didn't like something. I think it was they didn't like Ranieri's training things, or what he was doing something weird. And the players had a fucking Mardy. What did it do? It got them the sack. Totally wrong in my opinion. And it was proven 100% because 2 weeks later they fucking started winning again. So I agree. I think Belgium, providing they do obviously play as good as they can, and they are now, that's my favourites to win the cup. But I've got a funny feeling France are on the march as well. But France are like England. Right, if you're a French supporter, you're going to be exactly the same as an English supporter. You know you've got an half-decent team. We'll go to a tournament, play like knobheads. Why? Nobody knows. Mardy Vardy. And it was, mate. Not fucking... Not wrong. I suppose if Belgium are not doing very well, I suppose that Thierry Henry can tell them how to fucking start playing handball, I guess. Anyway, let's play an hour of this, shall we? Because that's all you're here for. Or I think you are. You might be here for my chat. Who knows? Wieden bist du noch meinst Hohenstein Heiden. What does that mean? Good evening. You joined us an hour and 25 into me just rambling and talking shit as usual, to actually starting the game. Yeah, I've just said that at the back, OJ. That's my tip, but I'm like not including Germany, because nobody will be surprised when they're there giving it this fucker. They're just a brilliant side, managed exceptionally well. The whole thing plays well. And again, statistics don't lie. They're there because they're fucking good. Did you play Old Blood before this? No, I didn't, because I'm getting mixed up with all these games. Didn't you see me play the first stream of this, Benji? Wasn't you in the stream? Because we're at a point now where I got past the bit that I streamed on this and then give it a fuck it. Yeah? My mate says our second team drew with Brazil makes us favourites. I love people that do that. I love people that take one result and then... How many times have you watched England win a game in the press the next day? We're going to win the World Cup. Okay. You should have. Old Blood is a prequel to this. This isn't number 2, Benji. This isn't number 2. This is the one. Number 2 we finished on the Xbox. This one is the one I streamed a few months back and then fucked it off because I hated it. Remember that? You know when I was sick of picking the fucking... right. Well, I've gone further. But like Prudy just said, Old Blood is the DLC for this. Anywho. If you remember, let's have a recap. Previously on Wolfenstein 1. We was delivered to this place by Grandad and Gromar. To this place where I do believe we're trying to rescue some people. And that was previously on Wolfenstein 1. We had a discussion on this about the Rambler. Remember that I played the second one and loved meleeing. This fucker. Remember? And I said on the Rambler to Ricky, why is the fucking dudder shit on this game? Because remember it from the first part. I'll tell you what I'd like to do actually, and I bet you guys would love it. So if I can pick it up cheap, I might do it for you. Would you guys like... Press a skip recap. Ain't that a good option, by the way? Netflix, watch the programme this afternoon. Voyeur. Documentary. Watch it. It's fucking weird. And it asks very big dilemma questions. I do think the guy in that is a wanker. Is the bottom line I came out with. I'm not going to lie about it. I think the actual bloke is just a fucking bell end. But the subject and the way they do it, worth a watch. Netflix, Voyeur. And if you don't know what it is, it's basically about a top New York journalist in his 80s. One of the greatest journalists ever has picked up a story from 1980. And get this, one of the most famous motels in America. An old fella owned it from 1969 right into the 80s. Do you know what he did? The building had got the old V-shaped roofs like that. So he'd got the office and he'd got all these motel rooms like that. He actually went and built a special thing in all the roofs and had voyeur holes where he could see and listen to every customer. And he did it for 30 years and documented it and sat there every night, all night, paving on all these things, and he wrote down what the shit would do. Now, the way this documentary is aimed at you, he wrote a letter to this top New York journalist who picked the story up, who wanted to do a book, and this documentary shows you the story of them meeting and talking and organising. And it's a very weird dilemma question to yourself. Like, is it right what he did? Obviously, probably not. Do you think it's wrong what he did? Does he come across as a sick pervert? Watch it. You watched Mindhunter, didn't you? Has that got a second season? No fucking idea. Not a clue. I'll tell you what is starting this week, and I absolutely lost my shit when I found out on Twitter. Black Mirror. Brand new fucking series of Black Mirror. You do know that, don't you? And listen to me right now. If you're sitting there thinking, Black Mirror, I've never watched that, fuck off onto Netflix. There's 3 series of it. I watched them entire 3 series in the space of 2.5 days. Phenomenal series. Go and watch it from series 1, episode 1, right through to the end. And hurry up, because December the 8th, the new series starts. Can't wait. And I saw a tweet today, but it was already known. They've agreed, I think this is where they've signed official shit, but they've agreed to... I think they've agreed 3rd series of Stranger Things, but we knew that anyway. Sorry, I'm just delving. I know I'm not supposed to be going here, but why are these pipes here? I can't remember if I have or not, guys. I probably have, because I don't remember half the fucking names half the time. Have I ended up here? Fuck. I've totally lost now. I'm stuck as well. How the fuck? Oh, I've got that horse backwards, haven't I? And why have I got no bullets left? I'm in trouble. I've got no bullets. I was horse backwards. I thought that was the gate we had to go through. And then obviously that's took us a secret way in instead of going through the gate, which was probably the right way to go. But I've made a clusterfuck of it, haven't I? So plans may have to change because I've made a mess. I probably have seen mine done. Ooh. Now he finds a fucking silencer. Fuck me, they don't miss much, do they? Fuck me. The fucking what's it in this is shit lot. I'm gonna die here. Fucking bag of wank. Bag of wank, the R3 on this game compared to 2. Used to slice through them all on number 2. To go back to what I was saying, would you guys like me to play number 2? Or at least I can do this again. Would you guys like me to play number 2 on here? Oh, fucking it's reset me completely, that has. Because if I can grab hold of number 2 on the PS4, I'll play it on a stream right through, because it's fucking mad. We get Enigma codes on here as well. Oh my god, it's not a silencer, it's randomly changed. Do you know what, Brian? I'm going to surprise you, mate, shall I? This will surprise you what I'm about to say. I don't fuck about with any skills. I really don't, mate, honestly. I think the only skills I've got downloaded are for my lights, obviously. I honestly don't fuck about with them. I just do default stuff, mate. I'm on about the brand new one that I finished on Xbox. I'd like to get it again because I enjoyed that game and I think it would make a great stream because it's crazy batshit mental. And I mean batshit mental. Why the fuck can't that give me a bast... Ooh. Should be downloading ESO, mate, free for the week. Show it off. Yeah, it is, but I've got the full game, mate. Was it you that tweeted me today as well about that? But yeah, This is way harder than you think, by the way. Spotify Premium. You can get away with free Spotify, but I get Spotify anyway, mate. I do pay for the premium. I do think it's a great service. It's what I use my. So it's been a while since I've actually used Spotify normal. But I don't know what kind of music lover are you. Are you somebody that listens to a lot of music? Then it's a no-brainer. But you might get away with the free Amazon or the free, the free Amazon or the free other one. So use them together. It depends how much you use them. I just found that I was getting pissed off. I'm not a big music well, no, that's a mistake. Don't let me say that. I am a big music lover, obviously. But I find living on my own, I don't listen to too much music. I've got to be in the right mood. And I found that when I was using Spotify, I wanted to skip songs a lot. Well, skipping songs is one of the bonus things of... Tell me that's a sniper gun. Please tell me. Oh, fucking hell. I have just wet my pants. Are you sure? I think you'll find it does. Because I'm pretty fucking sure I did before I paid for it. Oh god, look what I've got in my hand here. Do you listen to Giant Beastcast? Turn off echo for this week's show. Hot tip of the day. Why, they're talking about it. To be honest, mate, I don't listen to other podcasts a great deal. Shit me. Yeah, you don't get many bullets with your fucking sniper rifle though, do you? Fuck me. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people will say, mate, about that game. I'm not going to lie, and I've said it for a while. Keep saying it to Ricky, but I bet he buys it in the end. I'll bet you any fucking money. How many bullets? 3. Only need 2.
Back to the car.
Only need fucking 2. Got some nails. Tell you, put a fucking sniper rifle in my end and I'm deadly. Only needed fucking 2. Oh wait, can I pause it a minute? I'm not ready, I want to drink. Tell you guys, I paid fucking £3 for my Destiny 2 experience and I finished it. That was the best idea ever. This game does look good. I'll tell you what, I will try and get a cheap, if I can find one, a Wolfenstein 2 one. Because I swear you will lose your shit when you watch that game, and I'll stream the whole thing. Because you will love it. The scenes are so controversial, and I think it will make great streaming. So I'll try and see if I can pick a cheap second-hand one up. Or I'll trade my other one in, actually, and get it for another one. The only downside to this version, guys, is I keep mentioning it, but it's true. When you see me play the second one, you'll see how I use the melee on it. The melee on it on the second one is just fucking brilliant. By the way, didn't realise until today that the PSVR Doom is out on the PlayStation, and I didn't realise it was. I also give you guys a tip if you've not seen it today on Twitter or it's doing the rounds. Have you seen the 5-minute clip of Shadow of the Colossus from the developers, the intro? There's a 5-minute clip doing the rounds. I'm guessing it's on YouTube. Shadow of Colossus, latest update. It shows the intro and talks about what changes they've made. And let me tell you now, wasn't too bothered about that. Saw that, changed my mind. Can't fucking wait. And I really hope it does come out in February. I like the changes to public events, but yeah, lacking end game stuff is what's put me off. It's just what Destiny is, mate. It's like I said. It's just really good for what I did, and I'll stand by it. And I'm not going to diss the game because the game's good. I still want VR on Skyrim on thing, but I ain't paying that kind of fucking money. No way on God's earth am I paying that kind of money. I'm sorry, it's just fucking ridiculous. shoot at me, you prick. How's the Leeds Villa game finished? If we don't win tomorrow, I'm going to start smashing things as well, because that fuck-up we had on Wednesday was a joke. And I should put Derby on the coupon tomorrow, but I'm never doing that. I never do that. You know what? I've got a problem with Skyrim, and it's kind of a mini rant, and I get what they're doing. And by the way, that was a true statement I finished the other day, that Bethesda could have actually survived on sales of Skyrim alone. No other game. And I just think, and they'll probably argue the toss and say things like, well, it's a brand new version of the game, it's VR, and we've got a version on Switch, and all this and all that. And I'm like, well, I look at it like this, okay? And I know people love it. I liked it. I thought it was a great fucking game. I'm not going to lie. It was enjoyable, and it still is. But I'm sorry, but to charge 50 quid for a game that's nigh on 7 years old, although it's VR, I get it, you still charge 50 quid on the fucking Switch. I think that's absolutely wrong. I just think it is totally wrong. And especially I'm sat here with Skyrim on my shelf. I should be able to put that in my machine and go and spend 15 odd quid on a bit of DLC that lets me play the VR version. And I know people could argue and say, yeah, but they've put a lot of work in and all this. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But it's nearly 7 years old. I don't give a shit. I just think it was a little bit greedy this time. I really do. And there's nothing worse than when developers start getting fucking greedy. We've learnt that in the last few months, and it's just damn right wrong. And none of you can deny that they've not been purely greedy with fucking Skyrim. All ends up. And they have. And I'll argue the toss yet again, that, and I'll put this to you all. I would have bought it and playing it right now if it would have been at the right price. Now, surely their marketing department should be thinking of things like that. And you know what? If that's a brand new Skyrim 2.0, and it's fucking brand new, yeah, here's me 50 quid, thanks. Really fucking pleased. But no, it's an old ass game. And yeah, they could argue the toss and say, well, it's the privilege of playing in VR, or it's the privilege of playing on the Switch. I don't give a shit. The game's too old to be charging full price, no matter what you've done to it. Okay, that were a bit... Oh. That's a bit crappy, innit? Why ain't there no rain? I'm going to make it rain. I'm going to make it rain. Okay, that's a bit weird. Good evening. Mate, you should jump on it if it's still 249. It is selling like fuck, and it's got good stuff out. You won't have an argument from me, OJ, on buying it, mate. I hope if you can pay £100 on a fucking coat, you can get VR. I didn't mean that to sound nasty. But mate, you won't... Look, I've said this to people, and I've said it all through the podcast as well. You know I'm a bit of an advocate of PSVR. And here's Monkey Look, just saying it. And people should be messaging me now, getting this offer, and saying, Toz, do you know what, mate? You were fucking bang on. All that shit you got about it, all the other lads having a dig at you, saying it's shit and this. I'll tell you this, and I'll stand by what I said from day one. It's not the best looking thing you are ever going to stick on your head, and I'll tell you now, you will be surprised at how poor quality the actual graphics are. And I'm being openly honest. But listen, as a gamer, as gamers like you and me, yeah, I'm telling you now, you will not fail to have one of the best experiences of your gaming life, period. And I'll stress every day, it is like nothing you have ever experienced. And for that alone, you'll take that headset off and go, fuck. I'll tell you now, I've honestly, hand on heart, never had one person write to me or whatever to me back since I've done the podcast and talked about VR, say to me, Toz, I got the VR, thought it was a bag of shit. Not one. I've had plenty that's come on and said, shit, this is the most amazing thing I've ever done. And that's the good thing, Prudy. And I think looking at the Paris Game Show and E3, Sony have actually backed the fucking thing that they promised. And we all know they've got a shit track record. But for once, they've actually fucking stood by it. And they're supporting it. And supporting it well. And even though I'm just dissing Skyrim at the minute for being overpriced. And that's what they've got to be careful of. But I've got a feeling as well, I'm going to throw this out there. It's not a brave fucking statement, but it's a good one. I do believe that Bethesda, seeing how popular Skyrim has been, I wouldn't be surprised now if they're working like bollocks to get a real good full-blown brand new game. A Bethesda piece of magic, because I think they're going to be totally impressed. I think I've just gone up there to come back down, you know, I'm a bit lost on the map. That is the question I have been asked most of in the last few weeks when they've all been on sale. I think if I had a pound for everybody that's asked me that question, I think I would have been a rich man this week. You don't need the Move controllers straight away. If you're on a budget and you're just checking your 250 quid at your VR unit and you're picking a few games up, you don't need the Moves straight away. There are plenty and plenty of things to be going on with just the DualShock. Okay? It will not deter from your experience at all. One thing I would say, maybe you might come across a game and want the moves, like you might be doing Skyrim and you might want to play Skyrim with the moves. So be it. Then you might have to go and get them. But if you want just the experience from start off, day one, you can survive without them. One thing I will suggest you try and get, do you know what, mate? I've not tried that yet. I'm preaching to you all how fucking awesome it is. And I've actually downloaded the second free demos that come out with Moss, the little mousy thing. Not even tried it myself yet, so I'm being a bit hypocritical. But you know what? I might crack it open tomorrow for something to do and have a look. I don't think I'll stream it because I don't think you guys will be interested. Yeah, you see, I was lucky, monkey. I got a Cranky Gamer went and got 2 moves for me from a second-hand shop before all the hype got thing because we used as brains. He went and got a pair and he got me a pair and it cost me 20 quid. Because I used my noggin, you see. I knew all this shit was coming out. And I knew exactly what Sony were going to do, and I knew what other people would do. They'd shoot them straight through the fucking roof. Mr. Cleverclogs and the other Cranky Gamer went to second-hand shop and bought a pair for 20 fucking quid. So there you go. There's £63 on shop too. One thing I will suggest to all you new PSVR owners, okay? And I paid full whack for it, and it's something I still mean to go back. I would definitely tell you to get Farpoint with the gun. Go and enjoy your VR stuff, save your money, go and splash out on VR Farpoint with the gun, and then take it to the next level. And I swear, you thought you wet your pants when you put VR on first. Put VR on and play Farpoint, and then watch yourself, because you will piss yourself. You've got to have the camera. The camera, it will not... that is where the communication lies. Don't be conned by the new camera. The new camera and the old camera are exactly the same technologically wise inside. Sony just rebranded it, gave it a little bit of a snazzy look on the outside, put a better bit of a swivel on it, and sold it for fucking more money. Same tech inside. Don't be conned. Find a second-hand cheap old PlayStation camera. Work fine. Has anybody played Dead or Alive Extreme or Alive Extreme in VR? Didn't know it was on VR, mate. I haven't. Yeah, the starter pack comes with the camera nowadays as well. Do you want me to help you with that, Tyrannus, mate? Because I'm here to help you all. Tyrannus and everybody else who's got VR, head on to Amazon, buy a bottle of that. You're not going to see it on this camera. It's called Zog's Fog Busting Anti-Fog Lens Cleaner. It's actually sold for ski masks. It's about £5. Go and get it. It's a screw lid with a dobber on the end. And basically, because I've got glasses, as soon as I'm playing my VR, I get that, dob it across the lenses on the VR, dob it on mine, wait 5 seconds and just wipe it. I'll answer you in a second, Brian, mate. Sorry, I saw your question. It's called Zog's Fog Buster. Go and get it. Cure everything. You're talking to the expert. Don't forget. I'm leaving that out because it'll remind me to play VR tomorrow. What's the common use I use for my Echo? Echo books. I read books through it a lot. I use it for weather. I ask it the time. I use it for money conversions of dollars because I do a lot of shopping abroad. Podcasts sometimes, not very often. I use my phone with headphones when I go to bed for podcasts. Mostly I use it for, like I say, what's the weather going to be. Don't forget as well, Brian, make sure when you go in your app of your Echo to go into the settings and fill all the settings in exactly, like where you live, your actual address, and all that and everything. Mate, go to Shop 2. Shop 2 will have some in stock, or Simply Games. Don't just stick with Amazon. Try Simply Games and Shop 2. One of them will have VR in at that price. And I think with that offer, OJ, I think for $249, I think you get either free Skyrim or free Gran Turismo. So there you go. What was I talking about? So many things. Yeah, I've not bought that yet, Timmy. I keep meaning to. I'm tempted. That game's got rave reviews, by the way. It's got like 9 out of 10s for last year on the PC and stuff. It was one of the hits of last year. I've just ordered something from Amazon tonight, actually. A ukulele strap. I don't usually wear a strap on my uke, but that one's got proper, because it's a Les Paul, it's got proper strap bands on both the bottom and the top. And I bought a fucking strap to see if it sits more comfy, because I've got a tendency of tilting it towards me and it don't feel right in the end. Any more VR questions? But Farpoint, by the way, Farpoint with the gun is the best fucking thing you'll buy on it, in my opinion, and I sadly have underused it myself. Seriously. Very underused. If any of you do buy VR Farpoint and want to play with me, I will gladly join you in a game, because co-op, it is fucking superb. And we've actually streamed it. If you go onto YouTube, go onto the Cranky Gamers YouTube channel, and somewhere on there you should find me playing Farpoint in co-op, I think, and in single mode, and I can't tell you how much fun that is. And by the way, Doom VR that's come out today, one of the options to play that game is with the Farpoint gun as well. And I actually asked a question on their section, because PlayStation tweeted it. No, I haven't, Prudy, because I've got dodgy arms, mate. I couldn't do that. I can't straighten... I've got... My daughter takes the piss out of me. I can't straighten my elbows out. So I'd have no fucking open L doing that. And I've got a really dodgy shoulder at the minute. For some reason, this shoulder, I've not going to lie to you. I woke up this morning. It's been dodgy for a few days. And I'm not going to lie. I actually got out of bed this morning and I was nearly in tears. The fucking pain was ridiculous. And I don't know what it is. It's fucking, honestly, can't tell you. It's when I lift it. There. Fuck. That is as high as I can lift my arm. Right in that shoulder joint. Right there. Fuck me. And I'll tell you how bad it is. My strongest painkillers that I have for my other ailments don't even touch it. Mate, I am old. And you know what? The sad state of affairs, mate, that's the sad fucking state it is. I really am. My body, and because I've had 6 surgeries, my body is really starting to not be nice to me, I'm not going to lie. And you guys know I've had surgeries and suffer really a lot anyway, but lately it's been getting really fucking bad. My knees especially, like, it takes me like an hour just to be able to fucking function. Mate, I wish it was. I wish it was. I don't feel it inside, and that's the thing. All I was going to say all old people. I don't class myself as old. But people do actually say that, you know what I mean? It's you don't feel old. And I don't. I feel 20 inside. Always have done. Why the fuck am I still doing this crazy shit? But, mate, they're a bag of wank. I'm not going to lie. I've been all through that, don't forget, with my surgeries. I wouldn't touch the anti-inflammatory. I think they're the most overhyped thing on the planet. But I tell you what you've just reminded me of. I have got one of them fucking... Have you seen that advert with them Salon Pass patches that woman puts on her back? I've actually got one in my cupboard, and I'm going to put that fucker on tonight when I go to bed. Why? How much are you seeing it for? I've got a Salon Pass in there, mate. I'm going to stick it on tonight. Although when I put it on my back, I couldn't put it on my... Sad thing about living on my own, I bought... You know when my old settee used to play my back up last year? You guys know listening to the stream, and I used to really suffer. Well, I bought them Salon Passes. It's the advertised on telly. It's like a square patch. You peel it, stick it on, and it gives out this stuff. And I'm not going to lie, when you put it on my back, you could feel this shit kicking off. It was doing something. I'm not going to lie at all. But I quickly realised I live on my own, don't I? And just these little things sometimes get you. And this is going to sound really sad and horrible, but it's state a lot, and it's the little things that really get you down. And this was one last year that made me get really depressed. That, like, I went and spent a lot of money on these patches because I was struggling sleeping. And I thought, okay, I bought these, I'll put it on my back. I literally sat here, took my t-shirt off, peeled it off, and then realised I couldn't put it on. I couldn't physically fucking reach. Has it gone back up to 349? It was 245 at the weekend, OJ. You've missed out. I thought 249 was the new price. Was it just a Black Friday weekend deal? So the other thing as well, that's a shame that is. The other thing, because of this patch, I couldn't put the fucker on, could I? Nobody to turn around and say, can you just stick this patch on? And the other thing that really niggles me at times as well, when I get like an itch in the middle of my back. I can't tell you how much that, like I say, it's like the little things that when you're with somebody, it's like, oh, my back's itching, just get this. What do I do? Put it on a pillow and lean back. That's a good tip, mate, that is. But my back's okay now since I've got this proper settee, which I knew it would be. But the shoulder, I'm going to stick that on tonight because I was in agony last night. It actually woke me up. Yeah, it's a shame that is, OJ, that's that fucking dear. That really is. It is. I thought that was the new price. Tell you what, though, PlayStation ought to just use a bit of common sense, don't they? I mean, I'm sure that, a lot of you guys have because you've messaged me. I mean, surely PlayStation can see what a great effect it's had. Knocking it down to 249. Why don't they just leave it at that? It don't make sense putting it back up to me. I think they should have left it just right through Christmas, and sales are through the roof, apparently. How do you put the map up on here? Just like that, Jew. Yeah, it don't make sense to me. It's a bit of a crappy one. What do all them letters mean? J-I... I've no fucking idea. Raise the checkpoint platform in the middle. Okay. That little mechanic's fucking doing my head. You know, that prick keep cocking that weapon when it's no need to. That's not me, by the way. If you're thinking why does he keep reloading his weapon, I ain't. It's him doing all this fucking about. Haven't I just been here? I have been here, lot. Well, fuck me. Fucking that made me jump then. So where the fuck am I going? That's taking me away from there. I hate fucking games. I will let you know now that number 2 of this, Wolfenstein 2, when I was playing it on the Xbox and trying to get through it, the amount of times I got stuck on a map like this just fucking about was so infuriating. Not even fucking funny. Tell you now. It was a ball ache. Used to wander about for ages thinking I want to get on with this fucking air. Oh, don't be jumping on there, Jew. Yeah, that's the new thing that's going to come out, Timmy. That's a good one. That's going to be an online VR shooter that looks like basically Call of Duty. But an online shooter. Where the fuck am I supposed to be going here? Wherever that F&D is at the bottom where I've already been, that looks the place to be. Shall we go back down the bottom and see what the shit is? Never understand games that make you fuck about in maps. That's like, aha, aha. Fucking hell, he struggled to get that open, didn't he? I hate this pickup bollocks, I really do. Well, you know my thoughts on it. I just think it's so fucking unnecessary. Well, we said it on the show, OJ, so that shows you're not listening to the bloody show. They've been on the last 2 Ramblers, mate. PlayStation Plus games were this week and Xbox Gold were last week. I don't know. Not listening to the podcast. Like that. I don't like the fact they can block the R3. That's bullshit, that is. I know that probably they could, but that's not how it worked in the fucking second one. I'm sure the people in the room will tell you what they are. I know that the Xbox ones are shit and the PlayStation ones are half decent. I'd like to get up them ladders without the shit hitting the fan here. Do you know what I don't like about this game, which is another anomaly that I didn't like in the second one, and I kind of said it to Ricky because he finished it before me. I don't like the fact that there's no enemy tagging or anything on the map. I really dislike that a lot. Yeah, I'm going to in a minute. I don't know, mate, because he's only just back from America today, and I think he's a bit tired, but he quite likes it. I've got it on the PS4, as you guys know. Oh, fuck off. Panic stations. Know where you are, you shit, 'cause I want to snipe you. Somebody's tearing me a new asshole. Fuck. Why can't you destroy them? There you are, look. Good old Benji's got them, yeah. Oh my god, fucking wasted my last bullet on a sniper. Was a hell of a fucking shot though. Any friends requests, guys, I'll do them at the end of the stream, as I always do. And don't forget why I'm going to plug the show. Don't forget to, if you're doing the Prime subscriptions, they are renewed this time. So if you want to get onto that, you can do. That is a thing that is still going. If you want to support the show and the streams especially. I could do with some fucking health. You'll have to get up quicker than that, boy. Ooh, you sneaky fuck. You sneaky little fuck. Do you know I've not paired my snazzy Cranky Gamers Xbox controller up yet with the Xbox X? Still use the standard one. I'd like a new one of them. I'd like to collect them, but it's fucking ridiculous. I want an orange one. I want an own designed orange one that's gorgeous. In fact, when I bought the red one, I wish I'd bought the orange one in the end. These fucking headphones keep slipping. Yeah, I wish I'd bought the orange one. Because when I designed it, I designed my nice snazzy red one with the white buttons, which I like, I'm not going to lie, it's not shit. But then I saw I had a fanny about with the control settings. I could go mad on them. But I'm sorry, 80 quid is a fucking joke. Again, which pisses me off about this, and you don't realise till after. Do you know they're made in China? They are. They're made in fucking China. Takes about 2 weeks to come. If you didn't know. But I'd love an orange one. You can have. I'd have all orange with black buttons, I think. They are lovely, and I'll tell you now, when you get one in that box and that packaging, it is fucking beautiful. I'm not going to lie, my red one, I mean, I was lucky enough to get money off. I ended up paying £69 for mine, which was way cheaper than they normally retail. I think they retail for about 80 quid, and if you want writing on it, it's an extra £5, and if you want rubber things, it's an extra fucking 7 quid. They can quite easily tot up to like 85, 90 quid when you're pissed about. But I just jumped on it on a sale, and I think I ended up paying 69 for mine. I don't mind the PlayStation controllers. There's nothing wrong with my white one. I love that. And in contrast, right, I think PlayStation do some nice ones, and I'm really tempted. If there was a Santa, I'd like one of them crystal clear ones. And I don't need one because I've got two. But again, I like it's a nice look. I love the crystal clear ones, but you can buy these for 34 quid. I don't mean a basic controller, mate. I mean them designer ones. I think people have seen it. I'll give you a quick look. I think most of you've seen it. But I'll give you a quick sexy look. It's one of them designer ones, look. And of course it's got Cranky Gamers there that you can't fucking see that you pay 5 quid for. Obviously it was all red, but I've got the Venom power pack, because I charge it that way. But I went for the beautiful dark maroon red with all white buttons. And I'm frightened if I start using it, I'll make all them dirty. $69. What, is that in the sale though, or is that the standard price? Mate, I think the standard price over here for them designer controllers are about 70 fucking 80 quid, mate. The thing about the controllers is another contentious issue, it just boils down to the fact that it's basically what you're used to. I'd like to find some sniper bullets. I've got one. Shall I make this one bullet pay? We'll try and make it pay. Try and make this one bullet pay, shall we? It is, mate, and I'd even say to you, get me one and send it over here, but then the postage cost for you to send me shit is just as much. I'd still want American football helmet. I'll tell you what, Benji, if my life was over, if I could live my life again, I would live in America. I really would. I'm too old now. And I know people say, you're never too old to do anything. I don't buy that at all. I could quite easily move. With that shoulder. Am I supposed to be going this way? Fuck me, it's miles away. It's probably the wrong thing I'm doing, walking with my sniper gun that's got one fucking bullet in it. And these lights are pissing me off. I've got no bullets. I thought I had one bullet. One bullet. Oh no, I thought that fucking bullet was a 1. You dozy twat. That was a weird mechanic then, wasn't it? Fuck. I'd really like to find some fucking sniper guns, bullets. Have I missed something? I'm missing the chat, guys, aren't I? Oh, if I had my sniper now, look, I'd be kicking ass. Fuck. I want some sniper bullets, like I could be popping these off like fucking cherries. Whoops. Tell you what, this fucking map's a shit layout, innit? It's not easy to get about. And also in this version and not in the second version, this map was marked with all the people that can set the alarm off. Now it's not. Yeah, but he did better this time though, didn't he? We know he didn't do very well the first time round because he'd know where to go, but he did all right this time. He's been to all the snazzy restaurants. See you, Timmy, mate. Thanks for joining us. I'm doing a bit okay here, aren't I? A bit stealthy. This ain't like me, is it? Mr. fucking Stealth. Playing this like a proper game. I'm being a bit gamey tonight. Aren't I? Not like me. I'd fucking die for a bastard set of sniper bullets, though. Has it gone dark in here? Has this fucker reset? I keep meaning to check some of this. I like. Hey Google, turn the living room to 50%.
There you go. Setting the living room brightness to 50%.
Oh, you. Fuck you. Fuck you and all. Oh, you bastard. take so fucking long opening these stupid fucking things, would get on with it. And your mate, where's your fucking mate gone? You little prick. Fuck you. This is the first one, mate. It's not the second one. This is the first one. The one I gave up with. But being as I enjoyed the second one so much, Ricky said on the show that he's now got back into it, and I asked him what it's like when you get further along. And I actually, the first time I streamed it the other night, I did it for a bit and got past the shitty bit. And it's been a lot better. It has, it's been a lot better. Holy fuck beans. What the fuck? You're having a fucking laugh. Oh, there's two on him. Fucking run, 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 run. Fuck off. Fucking hell, he's shooting through all manner of shit. Well, that was a wank. Into the barn door with a pan. Fuck you, and the horse you rode in on. Aren't you quite impressed with my play? Aren't you? Surely you must be super impressed. I've got to admit, I'm enjoying this. I ain't gonna lie, I'm enjoying it. Oh, what the fuck, they've not killed lad. Oh no, we're getting boot. We're getting in, keep your tits in, woman. And the level, enjoyed that. Kicking ass. Kicking ass. And there's only 9 people in the room enjoying this. What a travesty.
You and me on a train to Berlin.
It is. Oh, like my coffee machine. Do you know what? I think I might have a coffee after this. No, mate, it's the first one, the crappy one that I gave up on first time round. I've just said to the room earlier, I'll try and get the second one on PlayStation and stream it again the all way through. Because it's so enjoyable and you'll piss yourself at that. It's just an amazing experience. I'd like you all to see it. So if I can pick it up cheap, I'll grab it and stream it for you. Because I think you'd enjoy action.
Hey, cool. Let's go outside. You're just another Nazi Gerald.
What the fuck's going on here? What the fuck is going on here?
Just head back to the cabin. Avoid eye contact.
Sie können den Kaffee auf dem Tisch abstellen. Augenblick mal. Lassen Sie sich mal ansehen. Ja. Sehr schöne arische Züge. Findest du nicht auch, Bobby?
Ja, mir gefallen seine Augen.
You have to stick it on easy, Niall. If you don't, mate, you won't enjoy it. And every single podcast in the country and in the world has said it about the second one.
Bin über Sturmband.
For some unknown reason, they made it ridiculously difficult. And every podcast, even Giant Bomb and all them that are pretty good gamers, every one of them stuck it down to the easiest, babyest setting that there was. For some reason, they made it extremely difficult. And I'll tell you now, knocking it down to baby mode is no shame, because you just get through it, you enjoy it, and it's still difficult, you still die, and it kind of proves it that you do die on baby mode. It's just too intense.
Dann werde ich sie erschießen. Haben Sie das verstanden? Das ist nur ein Test.
You see, the point is, with Ricky finishing it, I think the only thing you can grab from that is how awesome the game is. And it is, it's fucking brilliant. It's amazing. Like, I don't like the games at all. Didn't like any of the Wolfensteins at all. None.
Wählen Sie das Foto, das Sie erregt. Wenn Sie wissen, was ich meine. Ach so. Und jetzt wählen Sie das Foto, das in Ihnen Glücksgefühle auslöst. Interessant. Meinen Sie, dass dieser Mann unreines Blut hat, Bernhard?
Ich weiß nicht, Frau Obersturmbannführer.
Ja, das werden wir bald wissen, nicht wahr?
To be honest, Niall, I'd actually just say stick with the second one, even though this...
Mit Abscheu erfüllt.
Oh, mate, I agree with that, but the point is this. I have to for the show.
Ich hätte sagen sollen, dass es Ihre letzte Wahl ist. Also wählen Sie weise. Ich sage Ihnen etwas. Wenn Sie ein Nicht-Arier gewesen wären, hätten Sie zur Waffe gegriffen.
Never thought of going for the gun. Never thought of going for the gun. Yeah, I'd honestly say I'd stick the second one before I wouldn't. I mean, this is great and I'm enjoying it, but I'd actually just go to. Although, no, I'm not gonna lie. In fact, thinking about it, they actually tie on together as well. So, yeah, and play this one first because they do stick. They do actually entwine, but it didn't differentiate my enjoyment from them both.
Lassen Sie ihn gehen, Bernhard.
Can't believe they're doing that, but then again, it's Wolfenstein.
Eine bildhübsche Frau wird in seinem Abteil warten auf ihn.
Ach, Bobby. Lass gut sein. Vergessen Sie den Kaffee für Ihre Freunde nicht.
William, in here. William,
Yes.
is that for me?
Yes.
You know there's just one bed.
The second one is, yeah.
Yes.
The second one is Nazis winning the war and
Are you comfortable
taking
sharing?
over America. Where this is, I think, is leading up to that occurring. Oh, yay, bit of oopie!
Sometimes Christmas.
Here we go, look.
Sometimes birthday.
There you are, a bit of a treat for you before we finish.
Sometimes mayhem. Suffering. And death.
Cover your
Sometimes
eyes.
insane to feel.
Cover your eyes, this is not for you young people. You want to see the crazy shit that happens in the second one.
I know where to go. A way to get inside Eisenberg prison. There's a hotel. It's on the same street as secret police headquarters.
Does it come in VR?
Everybody knows.
I'm trying to think, why the fuck has this gone back to it? It's been that long since I played the first part of this, I'm a bit
They
lost.
bring prisoners.
Oh, remember now, they're trying to run away, aren't they? Mate, let me tell you now, the second one makes this look like fucking Disney.
Still alive.
Believe me.
There's a prison transport arriving. Come quickly.
Tell you. Second one makes this look like fucking Disney.
You find a way to get down on the roof of that prison transport bus. You hide on that roof and you can ride it all the way into Eisenberg prison. I go down and distract the guard. And maybe he won't see you.
She was his nurse, I think.
This is true.
And there you go, look.
They're not lacking in vanity.
We have talked about the World Cup group. No, yeah, it's a very nice, easy group, but they'll just do the usual shit.
Curious, can't you? Useless without a battery.
I think we'll finish second, and then it's anybody's fucking go, innit?
Battery's low. Needs a recharge.
No, I don't think we'll win the group. Well, that didn't fucking work, did it? Well, it will now, though. Yeah, I agree. Depends which turn up, but I think when you look at the team, as I said earlier, I think we'll... Oh, fuck off. Oh, you're taking the piss now. Mate, I would never make any predictions on England in a million fucking years, would I? You only got to look at the history of what we've done, mate. It just speaks volumes, don't it? Do you know I actually won money on that game? Do you know that? Shit, that weapon does fuck all to people. Yeah, I actually won money on the England-Iceland game. I had £5 on Iceland to beat us. Fuck me, has there been maps that you can find everywhere?
Neue Schweine raus! Schichtwechsel, wir sind spät dran. Eine Minute! Genau eine Minute, Hans. Dann müssen wir alle los! Nach rechts! Geh du da! Komm schon! Vorwärts! Sau, du Dreckige, du komm vorwärts! Zeig dir was, du! Faul, die Drecksau, du komm! Schritte. Vorwärts. Glaubt, ihr könnt da rosten? Links rein. Rein sofort, du Drecksau, du. Rein. Rein.
I think I'm going to call it a night there, guys. It's 11 o'clock. About nearly a 3-hour stream. We're enjoying this. I won't go any further privately. I'll keep this. I'll keep this going for another night. We're enjoying this. I quite enjoy this. I think it's a good place to stop it for now. And like I say, I'll try and get Older number 2. Might try and I'll trade in the Xbox version and see if I can pick this one up. So it's just the right time to cut it off. I'm dying for a piss. And there's only 6 people in the room, which is a shame. But it is 11 o'clock, so I'll let this cutscene play out for you.
If this is where they're keeping you, I will find you and set you free.
Sound like Liam Neeson. Right, I'm going to stop it here.
Safer to move across the roof to undetected. Stay off the ground.
So, there we go. Yep, no problem, guys. I hope the rooms pick up in the next few days. They've been a bit poor, haven't they, in the last few days? No idea why. It is what it is. It's crazy. It's fits and starts. We have like rooms with 50 plus in, and then we get less than double figures, which is a shame. But anyway, it is what it is. Thank you for everybody who's here every night. And what day is it today? It's Friday. Is it Friday today? Yeah, Saturday tomorrow, so it's football day. A weekend. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night, guys. I should be. I normally have one night off at the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. I'll see how I feel. But you guys know it all by now. Thanks for the subs and follows and everything. And if it's if you want to check your subs, if they're renewed, would appreciate it. You don't have to, and I'll be back tomorrow night. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, you keep me sane. Until tomorrow. All right.